Hi guys! In this episode of Decay, I am gonna be finishing off my reaction to 17's most recent album, FML, better known as the Fuck My Life album, which sadly hasn't really been as good as I hoped it was going to be. Because at least I hoped that the namesake of this album, which was the song Fuck My Life, was going to be a really good song, debatably maybe better than the title track, and then it turned out to not really be that great. I mean, it's not bad or anything, it was just kind of disappointingly mellow compared to its name, which really disappointed me and definitely also annoyed me a little bit. But we at least got one song out of this album so far, outside of the title track, that being this song I Don't Understand But I Love You, that I actually enjoyed, you know? And we have two more songs to check out in this video, which are the songs Dust by the vocal team and the song April Shower. But I am gonna be honest and tell you that I'm not really expecting to really love any of these two songs, because like I explained in the previous video, whenever the songs are given to like specific subsets of groups, whenever they're split by their positions in the group, be it like rappers or singers or dancers or whatever it may be, there tends to be like kind of like an unnecessary overdoing of the kind of concept that subunit has. Like when it comes to like the hip hop team of 17, they genuinely tend to like go really hip hoppy with their songs, which for me, even though like I like hip hop influences in K-pop songs, I don't like straight up hip hop songs, you know? I feel like it goes too far from even my tastes. And similarly, when it goes, similarly goes for the vocal teams, where they go potentially very ballad-like. I'm expecting that they're going to go, which I'm not like a hater of ballads or anything, but I definitely don't like them as much as more melodic and faster-paced and energetic songs, you know? And that's why I think the song by the performance team has ended up being the best one so far, because it's a balance between both the singers and the rappers, because the group that is the performance team can be heard in 17 songs to both rap and sing, I assume. I'm pretty sure that I've seen some of them or heard some of them rap or sing, because they were kind of doing that in the song, you know? It's a similar experience to that I've had with like Stray Kids and their position-based subunits, like 3 Racha, which is like the rap members, Dance Racha, which is the dancers, and the Singing Racha, Vocal Racha, who are the vocalists. And their songs usually, the vocalists and the rappers not necessarily being as good as the one by the dancers. Because like most recently, I'm thinking of a certain album, I don't remember which one it was, but I remember the song by the Dance Racha members, which was called Taste, and it's genuinely like a really good song, and it's the best song out of the subunits, I believe. But to be honest, I believe also in general the subunit songs in that album were also really good, so there's that. But yeah, I'm still hoping that I'm gonna like these two songs that we have to check out by 17, but I'm not really expecting to. But before we get into the reaction, I just want to quickly remind you that I would really appreciate it if you guys could help me out with my transition by donating to my Patreon, my Ko-fi, or my PayPal account, because for those of you who didn't know, I am trans, and by doing so, you also get the ability to demand me to do K-pop reactions, be it to a specific music video, a specific album, or a specific artist's whole discography. It's completely up to you, whichever way you want to go about it. Or if you don't want to go for it whatsoever, you can also just simply watch the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out some other content that I do. You decide. Just so you know, though, it's greatly appreciated if you do help me out. And you can still also comment in the comments suggestions for things and songs that I can check out. But the only way to guarantee me reacting to whatever you've suggested is to do it through my Patreon and Ko-fi account. And yeah, enough chit chat about things you don't care about. Let's get into what you're here for, which is my reaction to 17's Fuck My Life album. So let's continue with the next song, Dust, in 3, 2, 1. 90s instrumental, what the hell? At least it's definitely better than the hip hop theme song. I at the very least definitely like the fast pace of this song. It's the best song of this album in that regard. But yeah, see what I mean about these three songs. Less so for the performance team, but especially for this one and the hip hop team. It feels like they're missing something, you know? Whereas the performance team song feels like it doesn't feel like it's lacking either in rapping or in singing, but in the case of the vocal and the hip hop songs, they definitely feel like they're missing that impact of the one thing that they're not using in the song, which in this case is rapping. Though still this is the better song out of the two. And the things that are missing about these songs just makes them feel not fleshed out, you know? It just feels like they're missing something. And it's just annoying me. Like, I'm not even against like them like doing like a variety on their typical style, but by focusing more on like hip hop with the hip hop team, and like more on performance for the performance team, and more on vocals for the vocal team. But instead they're just genuinely like committing to this style fully, and maybe too much, I feel like, to the point where they ignore and completely not use the other sides of the songs, you know? They don't use rapping in the vocal song, they don't use singing in the rap song. And it just makes the songs feel like they're lacking something. At least for me, you know? But yeah, it's still a pretty decent song. At the very least, I like how energetic and fast-paced it was. But that does not really make for its shortcomings of not really being still exciting enough and complex enough. It just felt like too samey from the beginning towards the end. So there wasn't really much for me to like focus on and entertain myself by, you know? So I'm not really too big of a fan of this one either. But still, it's not like it's a bad song, and I feel like for people who are into more like softer songs and like more vocal heavy songs, they're gonna enjoy it because the vocals sounded still really good. I'm judging this on whether this was an enjoyable song, and it wasn't as enjoyable as it should have been, you know? So yeah, in terms of a rating, I think I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10 for this one, I guess. Because like, it's slightly worse than Fuck My Life, because the faster pace of this song is there, but then it doesn't feel as complete as Fuck My Life was. Whereas that one didn't really have the pacing I wanted, but it at least felt like a fleshed out and complete song, you know? But yeah. At least it's not like I'm disappointed by the subunit songs, because it's not. I expected them to not really be as enjoyable, but I'm definitely still disappointed by the song "Fuck My Life." Now, though, we have the final song of this album, which is "April Shower," which has the potential to redeem this album, but I have the sneaking suspicion that this is probably gonna be a ballad, so I'm not really expecting this one to actually be like that good of a song. So, without further ado, let's get into it and find out whether that is truly the case or not in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you know, maybe they will redeem themselves with this song. Okay. It's starting promising. Okay, I kinda dig it. I can't say it's redeemed the album, but it's definitely gonna be a song that I'll listen to outside of this album. Okay, I like this. I genuinely kinda am liking this, dude. This might be the best song of this album. At least they kept best for last. Man, this song is long. What the hell? I thought we were at the end of it. What the hell? With how short songs are nowadays, I genuinely thought this was gonna be the end right now. Okay. Again, I'm glad they kept the best for last, because certainly this is the most fleshed out, completed, and polished song of this album. Outside of the title track, obviously. But yeah, I honestly had a lot of fun with this one. This was really, really good. It still, obviously, is not perfect. It's not necessarily as good as the songs of Face the Sun album, but this is a genuinely enjoyable song with almost no criticisms that I have for it, you know? Like, the best I could give you is honestly nothing. I can't really even come up with anything that I can say about it. I like it. I feel like could have went a little bit harder and was just a little bit louder, because I feel like maybe it was a little bit too mellow, but it's fine. Like, it's such a nitpick that even like I have to like think hard to come up with any criticism for this song, which I mean just goes to show that it is a really good song. And here is an example of why I'm not always right with my predictions for songs. Sometimes the titles don't really match with what I expect the song is going to be like. Here I thought this was going to be a ballad, and it definitely was kind of like a mellow and flowy song, but it was still good. It was still entertaining, and was the best song of this album, out of the B-sides. Which is why, in terms of a rating, I'm gonna give this one an 8.7 out of 10, which might be too high for some of you, maybe too low for some others, but I think it's about right, because I'm kind of judging it and rating in terms of how I feel about it compared to the other songs of this album, and considering that the other songs that I liked, which are the performance theme song, I Don't Understand But I Love You, and Fuck My Life, and I gave them 8.4 and 8.2 respectively, I think it makes sense that I'm gonna give this one an 8.7 out of 10. Again, I don't like it as much as the Face the Sun album songs, but this one is good enough for me to listen to it outside of the reactions, so that's a win in my case, you know? But yeah, overall, I'm definitely disappointed with this album, but I guess that goes to show why I'm not like a die-hard fan of 17. At least when it comes to their B-sides, I think all of their title tracks are good, but there's very few songs, very few groups in K-pop who consistently have amazing B-sides. Right now, off the top of my head, I can tell you only two groups, one boy group and one girl group, who have consistently amazing B-sides, and then I can tell you two more groups, one boy group and one girl group, who have pretty good B-sides most of the time, or at least frequent enough for me to enjoy them and check them out every time, you know? With the groups with perfect B-sides being the new boy group Psychers and the now, I believe, like 4-year-old girl group Everglow. Both of them have amazing B-sides, which you should definitely check out. Then there's Stray Kids and Dreamcatcher, who are two groups whose B-sides are pretty good most of the time. Even if I dislike them at first, I end up loving them. And then there's also another two groups, another boy group and another girl group, those being 80s and Yoja Idol, or G-Idol as I tend to call them, who also have pretty decent B-sides, but it's, again, rare for the general quality of their B-sides is pretty high, but there's also occasionally some really standout B-sides, which I really, really like, but they're kind of rarer compared to those previous two pairs of groups, you know? And 17 is just nowhere there, you know? But I just want to tell you this, if there is any other album of theirs which is as consistently amazing as Face the Sun, definitely tell me down in the comments below, because I would love to check it out. Yeah, anyway, what did you guys think about this album by 17 and about my thoughts about it? Comment your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently two patrons on Patreon, Deadpool and Corby Dead. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it, it really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me, you have continued to support me such a long time. I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I am also a writer. And if you do enjoy my stories, or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon, my Ko-fi account, or my PayPal, where I can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!